Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we will see how you can connect with AWS Cloud Postgre database, and you can use that database in your website to any application for any purpose. So in this video, we will see exactly how we can use AWS Cloud database. So first of all, go to the AWS website over here and you have to log in first. So here, click on the first link and go to the sign into the console button. Here you have to give your email if you haven't logged in yet, so you can create a new AWS account, and you may have to give your credit card details. And let me log in, then I will see you in the dashboard. So now I am in the dashboard. I am connected to AWS. All right, so after login into your account, you have to search for services. We will use two services in this video to connect to use the Postgre database, cloud database. The first one is VPC. So click on VPC and hit enter. So VPC, we will be using the service to create security groups. Now, what is a security group? It allows you to control the inbound and outbound rules. So click on this over here in the sidebar, click on this security groups right over here. Let me zoom a little bit. So this one. And here, as you can see, I already have two security groups. The first is default and the second is I have made recently. I will make another one. So click on create security group. Here, you need to give it a name. So let's say I give it Postgre. Let's say Postgre AWS Stute. I think this is great. So yeah, and in the description I will just paste the name once again. Here you can give it any name you want, and here we have to edit the inbound rules. As I said, it allows us to control the network that the database is connecting to. So click on this add rule in the inbound rules. In the custom TCP, you have to search for PostgreSQL. So hit enter, and in the source, click on custom and select anywhere IPv4. So this is the network to connect to any connection which is an IPv4 connection. We have to do the same thing for IPv6 because nowadays a lot of networks are IPv6. So similarly, select PostgreSQL, and in this we have to select anywhere IPv6. All right, our inbound rules are ready. We don't want to change any outbound rules, so leave it like that. Here you can also give some tags in order to make it easy to search, but we only have like three security groups, so we don't need to do that. So just create security group. It will create the security group. As you can see, the message security group was created successfully. All right, so our one service is done. Now we need to use the main service, which is RDS. So in the search bar, search for RDS, which stands for Relational Database Service. Click on it, and here we will create our Postgre database. So click on databases. I already have one database, so ignore that. You will do not have any database. So what we need to do, we have to create a database. So click on create database. Now here is the main thing. We have to follow some commands, follow some things over here to make our database. First of all, we you can see two options. Just click on the standard create. Now the database option. Click on Postgre because we are dealing with PostgreSQL. Here in the engine version, just select older version like 14 or 13. So I will just select 14.11. That's because if you are using the latest version, Amazon may charge you more. And yes, this RDS service is not free. It will charge you very low amount, but it will charge you something. All right, and that's only I will delete the database after this video is published. All right, so yeah, after selecting the version, select this free tier. So don't forget to select this free tier. Here, DB instance identifier. So leave it like that. And the Postgre, you can see this name is very important. You can leave it like that, okay? Because most of the username for Postgre are Postgres only. So leave it like that. and then master password. So this is very important. Create a password and remember it or note it down somewhere. Let me just rewrite it. So yeah, and I will confirm it. All right. After that, after writing a password, what you need to do, you have to select DB micro. So it has been already been selected. So leave it like that. And in the storage, leave it like that as well. So click on the storage auto scaling and disable this enable auto like enable storage auto scaling. We don't want to like auto scale it. So disable that. And then so come here, click on public access. This is very important. So if you don't give a public access, you do not have permission to like make changes in your database. So click on yes over here. It is very important. And everything seems fine. Here we have to select our security group. As you know, we have like just created a security group. This thing, Postgre AWS Tute. I will click on this and delete the default one. All right. And availability zone, leave it like that. Here click on this and you can see the port number is 5432. Leave it like that. You can add some tags over here, and yeah, password authentication as well. So click on disable this monitoring and also disable. So yeah, so you have to give a name. So I will write here test DB. All right. So you can give it any name. Remember that name because we need to get this DB. Then disable this button over here and disable encryption as well, and also maintenance. We don't want any of these. All right. So I think we are good to go now. So let's create our database and let's click on this create database. It will take some time, like about 2 or 3 minutes to create our database. As you can see, it is in pending state. Let's close this. So as you can see, it is creating now. So let's wait till it's create. All right, guys, as you can see, our database is ready and you can see the status is available now. So just click on this, our database, which we have just created. So this is the database, database 2. And here you will see an endpoint. So copy this endpoint. This is very important. And we will use this endpoint to connect to our database. All right. So the next step is to connect to PgAdmin. So you have to install SQL, PostgreSQL, and then PgAdmin in your PC. So do that first. If you don't know how to do that, I have already made a video on that. I will give the link in the description. And in that video, I've also told you how to connect it with the help of localhost. But in this video, we are seeing how to connect with the help of AWS. So yeah, so download PgAdmin and I will open my PgAdmin. So just open that, and after opening, you can click on the servers over here. Let me zoom a little bit. All right, you can see the servers. We have only one server. What I want to do, we have to create a new server. So click on this server, right click on servers and click on register, then server. Now we will create a new server over here. We have to give a name to it. So I will write, let's say PostgreTute. All right, let's get PostgreTute. And in the connection tab, this is the field which we have to fill with our host name, which we have just copied from the Amazon. So this thing right here. And also we have to give the password. So let's just give that. All right. Yeah, I think we are good to go now. Click on save and it should be able to connect it. All right, so as you can see, our servers is now 2. Let's see our new server. So this is the server, PostgreTute. So expand it. And in this, you can see we have 3 databases. And this is the exact database which we have created in AWS, testDB. So yeah, guys, we are able to successfully create a database. And so here come in the schema, and under schema, you can see tables. We don't have any tables yet. Now what I want to do, I wanted to open SQL shell. If you have downloaded SQL, you should be able to open this. Here in the server, just paste that link or the endpoint over here, hit enter. In the database, what I want to write, let's say test DB, that's the database which we have created over here, as you can see over here. Hit enter, and port, leave it like that. Enter. Username is also same, and password, so I will give the password to it. All right, and hit enter. All right, so as you can see, we are connected to the test database. Now to create a new table, what I want to do is create table, and let's write users, and then we have to give a column name, let's say name, and it will be a text, then it will be a primary key as well. All right, and it will be not null. So that all we have to write to create a table. Hit enter, and you can see it is saying create table. That means our table has been created successfully. How we can confirm that? So click on this table, right click it, and click on refresh. Here you can see we have got our new table users, and in the users, right click it, click on view edit data, all rows. It will show you the table structure and all the values inside. Currently we should not be, yeah, currently as you can see we don't have any values because the table is empty. All right guys, I think we are done now. This is how you can create a cloud database with the help of Amazon or AWS. And let's see now how you can connect it with the help of Node.js and use it in your website. Alright guys, so here as you can see I'm on a VS Code, and to connect it to the website, you can just see my previous video which I have given the link in the description. That is the exact video which you want to see, and you will get the idea how to connect it to a Postgre database. But now in this video I will just show you, I will not write any code. I will just show you the code which I have used to connect to the Postgres database. As you can see, my file structure is something like this. You have to download two dependencies. So let me just first download it. I will write npm i nodemon and then pg. So these are the only two dependencies you have to install to connect to the Postgres database. As you can see, we have installed it successfully. And here we have two files, JavaScript files. The first one is PG, which is the database file. Here you can require the PG, which we have just downloaded. And then this one is important because in here you have to give the details. As you can see, the user is Postgre. You have to give the exact name because we have not changed the username in AWS. So leave it like that. Then host, you have to give your own endpoint which we have copied from here Amazon, this thing over here. So you have to give this endpoint here. All right, and the database name, you can also give other database name. As you can see in our database admin, we have three database: postgre, RDS admin, and testdb. I have chosen testdb, sorry, I have chosen testdb because we have just created that. And password, you have to give your password that you have used. All right, I will just remove this at the rate, and the port number should be 5432 by default. All right, and I have just created this client.connect and written a callback function to make sure that it is connected or not. And then in the server, I'm just requiring it. So as you can see, I've required the Express, and yeah, one more dependency you have to install Express also. So I will write over here npm I Express. Okay. All right, so these are the three dependencies. And then I will also require the PG, the client from PG, because we are exporting the client from here. You will get the, if you want the code, I will provide you the code also. I will provide the GitHub repo also, so don't worry about the code. And also the video in the description, which you can see to get the point how to connect exactly to the Postgre database. And then what I'm doing, I'm just calling a function to get all the data from the user table. So this is the way you have to define a query inside your server.js. You can see select star from users. So users is the exact table which you have just created over here. As you can see users, and right now it doesn't have any data. So if you want to just create or insert a data, what do we want to do? Let's just write insert into users name, and then I will write values, and I will write twd. In this way, so in this way you are able to insert a data inside your table. So let's run this function over here and see what will happen. So I will just comment it out. So to run it, I will write nodemon server.js. Okay, and yep, as you can see over here, it is saying port connected and also connected to PG, but there is some error. Let's just ignore that error and see in our PgAdmin that if the error or if the data is here. So click on this run button, and yeah, as you can see, our data is there. So it is working. Let me just insert one more data. Let's just write user1. I will save it, and yep, as you can see, our data should be here. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, user1. So our function is working great. Now let's just require that all the data. So what I will write select everything from users. What I want to do next, I will write this function over here. So what it does, it will just print the result which have name as a colon. So as you can see, we have the name as a colon, so that's why I am using that. So I'll just save it and let's connect. So yeah, as you can see, it is giving me some results, twd and user1. So these are the exact values which we have in our database. So yeah, guys, I think that is the tutorial to how to connect to AWS and how to use that even in your website in VS Code. So yeah, guys, that's it for this video. And if you have any questions or any video ideas, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next one.